I emailed the Chinese company to get the sting stick.
We have a client who has expressed an interest in purchasing some of your equipment for a private security force in West Africa.
Importing to a fictitious client in the UK, the students soon got to see the goods they shifted. Item 1, thumb cuffs. Thumb cuffs moved from Taiwan to a client in the UK.
I was asked along to the Common Select Committee that, amongst other things, looks at the UK military list. This, quite simply, is the list of military equipment that requires a licence for export. While I was there, I took the opportunity of showing them the thumb cuffs.
As the military list lists equipment item by item, it causes as many problems as it solves. It can never cover everything. Therefore, items that could be used for torture and are not on the list can be legally brokered anywhere in the world without a licence. What's required is a catch-all clause that restricts anything that could be used for torture.
This group of students who are in the room here I've been working with, they're part of an amnesty group at an Oxford school. And we've been working together on some of the items that are included on the list and aren't. And these aren't. These are what we managed to get hold of.
Can Mr Thomas pass these
very quickly,
so
Sir John's coming in a minute.
I would urge members of the committee not to play with them. These are not included on the current list. Wall cuffs are not included on the current list. Sting sticks, which are made in China, which are about this big. They're a metal rod with barbs all around them. There is no earthly reason other to do severe damage with them for these things to exist. It is perfectly legal for me to go and broker, indeed the students, to go and broker these things. I think that's incredible.
Sting stick, brokered from China to California.
This was ordered by Oxford school children from a place in China, and on the side of the package it looks like it says Hong Kong, and it was sent to Williams Defense, care of me in Albion, California. At any rate, there are a total of 13 of these little pointy metal objects drilled through a piece of metal in the middle, so 26 points that could hurt somebody. It looks like a medieval weapon.
Having been brokered to Doug in California, the sting stick was then imported to Williams Defense.
You will not believe this, guys. I'm just shocked looking at it. There is only one thing that can be used for, isn't there? It's so sharp. Seriously. It's actually shocked me. Has it shocked you looking at it? That is a real weapon of torture, yet it's not on the torture list. And the message we want to send to MPs is we've got to get stuff like this on there, haven't we?
Even without the spikes, I mean, it's going to hurt anyway.
Really, really heavy. That's just horrible.
Don't drop it.
No, you can feel how heavy it is.
It would be nasty to just kind of tear through.
I think it's a bad idea. I think it's absolutely stupid that kids at a school can get their hands on something as lethal as this. But I mean, at the end of the day, we have, and this is why the laws need to be tightened.
I just can't see how anyone would even design it, let alone use it on anyone. Can't be justified, and the fact that we've got it as kids in our hand, it shows how it can be got, which is just sick.
Yeah.
We're all now on the motorway going towards London, basically to present our findings before MPs in London. Obviously we can't film inside the House of Parliament because of all the regulations, but we're going to show them what we've been able to do and hopefully just make them realise how horrendous it is that a bunch of teenagers have been able to broker sting sticks and wall cuffs and thumb screws. It's things which are only used for torture. We've been able to get hold of them so easily.
Malcolm Wicks is the minister who is in charge of arms export licensing.
The students would like to show you what they've managed to procure, first of all.
And tell me how you got it as well.
This is the first lot, which is from Poland.
Wall cuffs, moved from Poland to London.
These are wall cuffs. As you can see, these are designed purely and simply so that you can attach someone to the wall. You could actually sell it to Uzbekistan, for example, because handcuffs aren't a licensed item, and so that stuff would go straight under the radar.
Completely unable to do it.
Well, except to certain regimes, yes, but
that wouldn't come under at all.
That isn't on the export list, the military list at all.
This is the sting stick. If I can open the sting up, it is the bizarre thing about this. I should point out is that the police have actually said, look, you know, if you get this out too much, we can't give you permission to wave this thing around because it's an offensive weapon. Or it could be deemed an offensive weapon if you decide to rush around the tube with it.
Yeah.
But this is what it is, and you can see this is not something. If you have a look, feel how heavy that is.
Trying to get me arrested, isn't it?
I mean, basically, that stuff do you remember where it was used?
Tibet.
It was used in Tibet.
China.
It's been bought in Cambodia. It's been deployed in Nepal.
So you bought it from where? Tell me again.
Oh, well, that one from China. It's from the USA.
And that went from China to the US and then back into England.
Well, I mean, I think you've identified loopholes that clearly ought to be plugged as soon as possible.
Well, what guarantee can you give us that the laws will be tightened on, like, all this kind of stuff?
We can't give a guarantee because our committee don't make the laws. We scrutinise what the government does and then try and persuade them to change the laws.
When we produce a report, the government has to respond in a certain period of time. But you doing this sort of thing helps us in our job, to be honest.
So what did you guys think of today?
I think it went really well.
Really well, yeah. I really think we achieved something worthwhile that, you know, might actually change. Might actually change, you know, the arms schools and do something about the legislation.
Not every day a group of school children get to broker a load of stuff off the police and security equipment and move it around the world and then turn round to a British minister and say, here it is, you should do something about it.
'Cause kids with guns. Kids with guns.
Coming up, at our Irish school, Sister Barbara and the convent girls get stuck into the world of arms dealing.
600 egg-sized stones per minute. Tell Anna, with non-fatally think that'll kill you.
And get hold of one of the weirdest bits of military equipment in the world.
Hi, yeah, we're in New...
Williams Defence in Oxford have already brokered thumb cuffs, wall cuffs and a sting stick, all potential torture tools and not controlled by UK brokering law.
The European Union decided to get to grips with arms brokering, and in 2003 they announced a common position, forcing all members to introduce laws on brokerage. Ireland has not done that, and it's here in Ireland that we've set up our second after-school arms club.
After School Arms Club. Step 3. Anything goes in Ireland. The UK has brokerage laws, albeit with loopholes. Ireland, on the other hand, has still not adopted any of the EU common position requirements regarding the brokering of arms. Sister Barbara and her pupils run a human rights group and wanted to set up an after-school arms club to highlight their government's failings.
I'm Sister Barbara and a teacher and the CEO of Shachter Associates.
Hi, I'm Margaret. I'm 17 years old and I'm the Marketing Director of Shachter Associates.
Hi, I'm Maeve. I'm 18 years old and I'm Financial Director of Shachter Associates.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm 18 and I'm Weapons Specialist with Shachter.